Is everyone calling you the Luke squared room?
We've had that. To say, you can give me a different name if you want to.
And me as well.
Both different names.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, it wouldn't help.
It'd be a lot of effort and very confusing.
Just going to confuse us all that much more. It is, I have to say, it is so fun to see you in regular modern clothing. Do people have this reaction to you when they see you on the street? They're so used to seeing you on the show. How do people react?
I think it helps, actually, because it means we're less recognisable.
Well, I walk around in full costume at all times. So
this is the first time you've not been in costume ever.
Yeah. This is the first time I've done this. So actually, people do recognise me a lot because they're like, what's that weirdo?
Exactly like, he can't possibly be Benedict. He's dressed too much like him.
Hardcore fan. Yeah.
What is the first part of your costumes that you just want to rip off when you are done shooting?
For me, it's the tie. And actually, I feel very guilty complaining about being uncomfortable in the costume because I know the women of the show have a very difficult time. You know, some of them are in double corsets, but for me, I think also for Colin in particular, like a lot of the time you kind of can be undone and you're quite loose and chilled. But Colin is very smart, and like there's rarely a time when he takes his jacket off. So maybe it's the jacket. In fact, like if there's a scene when they say, "Luke, you can just wear your shirt," I'm like, "Oh, yes, wow, please, thank you." Yeah.
So the women are in double corsets, but you're just in a single one, so it feels a little more comfortable.
I don't know. I mean, actually, but those waistcoats, because the style is still very put together. It does. Sometimes they can tighten them. I mean. It's probably nothing compared to what others enjoy. We like to feel sorry for ourselves. You know, it's important.
Maybe we should do a day where we try the corsets just to.
We should.
This is what I was.
Day.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you never been tempted to put on one of those wigs? One of the queens.
All the time. And I'm sure that Golda would say, "Yeah, try it for 1 minute and then give me a call after that." Totally. But I really look at those and I think, please let me just have one go on it. Maybe they could just do one scene.
Maybe Benedict just like snuck into the Queen's dressing room and she's like trying it on.
Honestly, there was, without giving anything away, there is a scene with you two in the new season where that could have happened after you had some tea.
Yes, yeah. That's so true.
So maybe we'll revisit our special tea in season 3.
Season 3.
There you go. The author of the original books is from here in Seattle, Julia Quinn. She wrote all of that, source material. Is there anything you would like to express to her should she be watching this story?
We see Julia Quinn like quite often. We've seen her quite a few times. She comes to set and it's always a really fun day actually when we get to welcome her because there's such a buzz of her being around. So and
she's incredibly. I find her incredibly humble in the sense that she's sort of like made this thing, and yet she's extremely self-effacing and gracious, and just a delight to have around. Yeah. So
I actually had a really lovely exchange where she was writing, I think, a prequel for the Bridgerton series, and in the story at that time, Colin is a baby, and she reached out to me and said, "Do you have a picture of you as a baby? Because I'd love to just like visually be able to see it."
Way.
So I messaged Mum and I was like, "Can you send me a picture?" We sent it, and I think it was put out somewhere online. The picture of me and it was. I think it was just really nice for her and nice for me to feel like I'm a part of something else as well as the Bridgerton series. So that was really cool and a nice exchange between the two of us.
One of the things that has delighted me for the past 2 seasons is listening to the chamber music that's playing and going Madonna or figuring out whatever it may be. Do you have a favorite song that the show has used?
My favorite one is probably is it Dancing on My Own? They do Dancing on My Own this season. I think that's the one. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree. I think it was the particular day on set that was really special. Actually.
And Thank You Next in the first season is amazing. The Ariana Grande one is.
That just always reminds me of the show now.
Moment. Yeah.
If I hear that, I'm like, that we feel really connected to that, I guess.
Golda, I have to ask you, how much stronger is your neck after 2 seasons of wearing wigs like I've never seen before?
It's pretty strong, but it was pretty strong before. So, so I have that advantage. But this season was very collaborative for me with the hair and makeup department. You see the amazing art creations that you know and love, But with the collaboration, I was able to kind of talk them through what I needed as an actress to be able to get through a day's filming, and to discuss kind of different materials of how to make the wigs lighter for me to be able to get through a day's filming was really interesting, and really kind of, all power to the creative team and the artistry of those guys to allow me to comment and discuss and come with some beautiful things.
Well, hopefully those wigs are made of like cotton candy or something so light that it just gently settles on your head and doesn't crush you.
Yeah.
Ruth, I have to talk to you because this season is one of the things I've liked the most about it is the sort of unexpectedly heartbreaking, dramatic flashbacks that we see with you. How is that? Your character has been so light and fun in the past, and there's been so much joy, and now we see an origin story to some degree. Did you love shooting those scenes?
I did. I think as an actor, you always relish the idea of being able to show a vulnerable side of your character, and I think I've always been drawn to those kind of sides of a human psyche. So getting the chance to do that this time was wonderful, and getting to understand why the Bridgertons are the way they are, why Violet is the way she is, why Anthony is the way he is, and also working with Johnny was just a dream. So I felt very safe, and I felt there was a lot of trust between us, and it was lovely. And they're themes that are universal and that people all identify with, and it was just nice to do.
When I watch the show, I am enchanted by the sets, the costumes, the smallest little props that I can see in the background. Have you ever been tempted, and or have you ever actually taken something home from the sets?
No, I can say no. I would. Yeah, I've got my eye on a few things.
There's a piano that I'd quite like to take home. I don't think you've got a pocket big enough yet.
That's where you just have to distract everybody. What is happening over there? Okay, roll it out. Nobody's looking.
I've been quite tempted to take some of the dance cards.
Oh,
I'd love to take a dance card.
The language of the show, speaking of dance cards, my dance card is full. It's fun to sort of see where that phrase came from. But is there anything from the show that is sort of antiquated and not in our vernacular anymore that you think would be lovely to bring back? Words or language that we should just start using again?
Ooh.
Gosh, that's a beautiful question.
A tricky one.
There's a lovely formality about some of the language that the way that someone may be very displeased about something means actually really duck and cover now, baby, because it's gonna get rough. That sort of that understatement. There's something about that's really kind of delicious.
I think that would make the internet such a nicer place. Can you imagine chat rooms where people are just like, I am very displeased with this?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I love seeing you. I was just telling both of the Lukes, it's very fun for me to see you in regular clothing because it's out of context for me. Yeah. When people recognize you in public, what is their typical reaction?
I actually haven't been recognized as Portia from this. I think, and I wear my mask a lot, and no one's ever made the connection, so I've managed to escape that humiliation.
Because we look very different. Like you said, we look very different. We don't have our red hair and our grand outfits, so I think they slip away under the carpet.
Do you prefer that?
Yes, I think it's really weird, the culture of people recognizing you. Like, that is such a weird thing. It's lovely if someone likes your work. I would always take a genuine, lovely compliment, but I think the world of selfies and that is terrifying.
Actually, I did have to do a selfie with someone, and I was trying to catch a train. I was in Marks and Spencer's buying a sandwich, and someone wanted a picture, and I just I don't feel it's never my best look. Yeah.
How do you feel like Prudence and Portia would feel about selfies?
They'd love it. I think Prudence would. Yeah, we would have a selfie stick.
Yeah.
We'd carry a selfie stick with us, and we'd ask people to take selfies with us.
I'd have a ring light.
You'd have a ring,
to me,
dragging it along like
Right,
a
it would
dog.
be of your hat, and it could just come down in front of your face.
And we'll just yes. That's actually a clever idea.
Have you ever been tempted, or have you ever taken something home from set?
Yes, did I tell you this?
No.
I can't tell you exactly what, but I stole a dance card from one of the balls. I can't tell you which ball, but all of the young ladies have these beautifully designed little ribbons with a piece of paper with 5 different dances written on them with a dotted line and a little pencil attached. So the gentlemen, the suitors would approach you, not in my case, but in other people's case, and they would take the little pencil and write, although we never see that, and I would love to see that, because how do they actually do it? Because I think it's probably a little bit uncomfortable.
You put it in their mouth.
Doing that, and then me doing that.
Yeah.
So I stole one of those. I've got one of those. Did you take
I for someone who generally plays bad girls, I'm a very good girl. I took nothing.
I know we're almost out of time, but the author of all of the original books lives here in Seattle, Julia Quinn. Would you like to say anything to her in case she's watching this story?
Oh, she's so lovely.
She really is.
Well, hello, Julia. I think we're going to be seeing her this week. I think she's here. And she's such a lovely woman. She came to set a few times, and she's just, I think she's as sort of elated as we are about the success of it. So good job for her.